Hello everyone, how are you? My name is Tessa and welcome to Hair Health with Tess, episode 2, Dry Hair 101. Yes, today we are going to be covering the dreaded, horrible, damaged, dry hair and how to fix it. If you are new, welcome to my channel. If you are returning, welcome back. I hope you find a home for yourself here with all of my hair tips and life tips and beauty hacks and food hacks and all of the above. Be sure to hit subscribe and ring that bell so you know every time I come out with a new video. I've kind of been on a hair kick lately, so if you're wanting to have natural, super healthy hair, be sure to stay tuned for that. If you get to the end of this video and you have any more questions for me, be sure to leave them in the comments below, or you can hop on my Instagram and reach out to me there. I am open to any and all questions and suggestions, so feel free to reach out at any time. Anyway, let's hop right into this video. So dry hair or dry scalps or both can seem like a nightmare and it can feel impossible to fix, am I right? And while fixing these problems can already be hard enough on its own, fixing these problems naturally can be even harder. So, little disclaimer, if you notice this cute greenish line around my neck, it's because I wore this fake gold necklace yesterday and here are the results. One day I'll probably be able to buy real gold. Hopefully. So these dry problems are actually super common. I myself struggle with dry hair from time to time again, depending on whether the seasons are changing or maybe I've used a bit more heat than normal that week or been out in the sun a little bit more. My ends still get dry. But through lots of time and research, I have discovered some really good remedies for dry hair, which include everyday things that you can do and oils that you can use to help restore and revive dry hair. So before you go pick up a bottle of Head and Shoulders or something that says extreme moisture, let's talk about how to truly get down to the heart of this issue and fix it. The number one tip that I have for you guys is something that you've probably heard before, which is to reduce heat. Now, like I said, you've probably heard this before, but that is because using a lot of heat on your hair is actually one of the leading factors to why your hair could be dry. But if you think about it, it makes sense. You're using heat on your hair, which burns out all the moisture that was in your hair, which results in damage and dryness. And if heat use becomes excessive, it can lead to permanent damage, making it nearly impossible for your hair to be revived in the long run. So the easiest way to fix this is obviously to use less heat, duh. So my recommendation is to only use heat on your hair 1 to 2 times per week, no more, only when necessary. And turn your hot tools on medium to low temperatures. That way you reduce the risk of excess heat being put onto your hair. And then of course, it's super important to use heat protectants. The second tip I have for you guys is basically putting sunblock on your hair. That might seem kind of weird, but just like your skin, your hair is also very susceptible to damage from the elements, including the sun. Putting an oil or a serum or a conditioning agent on your hair before you have a nice day in the sun can really help the look and feel of dry hair. Personally, whenever I'm about to go to the lake or out on the beach or whatever it might be, I use my Roots.haircare leave-in treatment. Now, what I do is I wet the ends of my hair. I probably go up to about here, right at my chin. I wet the ends of my hair and then I apply the leave-in treatment to the ends. I blow dry it using cool air to dry it up so it doesn't look greasy and weird. But that has really helped my dryness just because it locks in that moisture and helps block the UV rays from penetrating the hair, causing more damage. You can use that same technique with whatever product you decide to use. Just wetting your ends and drying it with cool air will help it to lock in that moisture, as I was saying before. The third tip I have is to rinse your hair with cool water. I talked about this in my previous video. My previous video is all about how to heal your hair from the scalp down, because when you have a healthy scalp, you have healthy hair. And one tip that I mentioned, I think once or twice in that video, is to rinse your hair with cool water. What this does is it seals down the cuticle of your hair, which is the outside layer of your hair, which locks in that moisture and prevents it from leaving. So now that I've given you some tips that you can use in your everyday life, let's talk about some oils, some natural essential oils that you can use to help prevent moisture loss and to repair dryness. The first oil that I have is one that I swear by. I absolutely love it, and that is sweet almond oil. Sweet almond oil is packed full of vitamins and nutrients that help to push the moisture into your hair and lock it in. These types of vitamins and nutrients are also known as humectants. Almond oil also contains a lot of emollients. Emollients are really great for soothing dryness in your scalp and your hair while also preventing moisture loss. Almond oil is also a great UV protectant from your hair because it creates a barrier around your hair strands and on your scalp that prevents moisture from leaving and prevents the UV rays from penetrating your hair and your scalp. The second oil that I have to recommend to you guys is jojoba oil. Say it with me, jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is native to California, Arizona, and northern parts of Mexico, and it is a lot like almond oil in the fact that it contains a lot of humectants and it creates a barrier around your hair and scalp, preventing that moisture loss and the UVs from penetrating your hair. But jojoba oil contains wax esters. And the wax esters produced in jojoba oil are the closest wax esters to the ones that are naturally produced in your hair. These wax esters rejuvenate cells and help prevent dryness. And the use of jojoba oil can also help your scalp to regulate itself naturally on its own. The third oil that I have to recommend for you guys is pomegranate seed oil. This one is definitely one of my favorites. This oil helps to regulate cell production, which can really help if you're dealing with a lot of dry flakes or skin cells on your scalp. This oil also contains punic acid, which can help to revitalize and repair hair and skin cells from the inside out while also preventing moisture loss. And the final oil that I have for you guys is none other than good old coconut oil. This one has been popular for quite some time now, and honestly, there's really good reasoning to that. Coconut oil has a high concentration of fatty acids, which helps to condition the hair and reduce frizz while repairing moisture loss. Coconut oil also has a high concentration of vitamin E oil, which can help to repair skin and dry hair while also restoring the natural oil production in your hair. And by restoring the natural oil production, it leads to healthier hair over a longer period of time. But the thing about coconut oil that most people don't know is that coconut oil cannot work properly alone. And that's where all the controversy comes in. There's a lot of people that say coconut oil is bad for your hair and it dries it out or it clogs your pores or etc. But really, you have to know how to work with it. If you combine your use of coconut oil with another oil that I mentioned previously, it will help the coconut oil to work to its fullest extent. You can also combine it with something like shea butter or cocoa butter. Those are super good for soothing and smoothing your hair. So of course, to close out this video, you know I have to plug my brand. I do have a line of products that include all of the ingredients that I listed, which really significantly help with dry hair. Check it out at roots.haircareonline.com. Follow us on Instagram at roots.haircare. So those are all my tips and recommendations for people who have dry hair. I hope you found these useful. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at tessaabailey.beauty. But thanks again so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos on how to have your healthiest hair ever. But in the meantime, I will see you next time. Bye!